Go to the third round, and there isn't a sense of urgency for Paul Briggs with that cut. Again, his cut man is a good one, and Max Garcia. Adamek just looks huge in this fight to me. He's so big. He's quicker on his feet. I saw a couple of tapes against him. Nice right hand that backs him up. Briggs might have him staggered. Paul is all over him. Here's your sense of urgency. And now Adamek bounces back, and Briggs has got to keep the pressure on him. He's a pressure fighter, and Adamek doesn't hold up to the pressure too well in the fights I've seen him, but Paul hasn't been able to pressure him too much in this fight. There's the stiff jab. That's the first real pressure he's put on him. Here's Briggs hanging on and blasting on the inside. Adamek is tough, though. He's very tough, and he's very big. Tall, long reach. Briggs looks like a little boy against a big man out there. That little boy is a...
Coming up on August 13th, more exciting boxing action. Global Glory. Battle for Pride and Country, featuring Andrew Powerful Podolata versus Przemysław Ciemeksalita in the Polish Fight of the Century. Save the date, August 13th. For tickets, call 312-559-1212.
And parry that jab with his left hand and then throw his right. Paul's not doing that right now. He's got to be a smarter boxer than what he's doing right now. He's got to get off the shoulder. Briggs is really a better looking fighter to me against a very stiff opponent than what I've seen him before. Working with Jack Mosley. Good slickness to Paul. Good upper body movement, even though Adamek is very strong. Those punches were blocked by Paul. That one taken sort of up on the top of the head. Briggs is having his best round of the fight here in round 3, and he needs it. Big cracking right hand. With the hard body shot that time, and right back comes Adamek. So the hard shots that Briggs is landing and not taking a toll as the blood continues to stream down the left side of the face. Looping right hand. Now the significance of the accidental headbutt inside of the 4 rounds is that after 4 rounds it goes to the scorecard, and Briggs could win the fight, but he's got to win this round, and then he's got to win the 4th round to get back in the fight. Then it's up for grabs. As it is right now, Adamek would win the fight based on the fact that I think he won the first 2 rounds. But I think Briggs has won this 3rd round with 35 seconds to go. But he needs to land a definitive punch here now to be sure the judges see it the same way I'm calling it. Adamek backs him off. Paul comes forward with his head down again, trying to invite him in and counterpunching him. And now right back comes Briggs. Briggs has landed the power shots in this round, but that blood is becoming a problem. All over his face, but it's streaming from the left side of his eye. Briggs in the black trunks facing you. Closing seconds of the 3rd round. Doesn't want to stand here without throwing. That's a good jab by Briggs. Nice stiff jab by Briggs. He's making that jab a punch, and the bell ends the 3rd. That's a Briggs round on my score sheet.
Too many people here. Too many.
Looking at Adamek.
Listen to me. You got the jab, and move to the side. You understand?
Paul wanted me to say hello to Danny Green. He knows you get that comeback fight coming up in July. And Danny, I hope to be there with you.
Okay, and you got to throw combinations when you get it close. You can't waste those opportunities. He's throwing 3 punches.
Watch this. In the early part of the round, Briggs actually had this guy wobble. Look at, he sets him up, drives off the back foot, textbook stuff, and then bang! He nails him with the right hand. Look at the legs now of Adamek. You see? A little sloppy on the knees, a little heavy on the heels. Now he tries to nail him with another shot. Comes with an uppercut.
Coming up on August 13th, more exciting boxing action. Global Glory. Battle for Pride and Country, featuring Andrew Powerful Podolata versus Przemysław Ciemeksalita in the Polish Fight of the Century. Save the date, August 13th. For tickets, call 312-559-1212.
Briggs must win this round in case it's stopped in the next round. Up on his toes. Nobody's landed anything in the first few seconds here of this round. There's that stiff jab of Briggs. Remember, the height and reach advantage of Adamek was a problem in the first 2 rounds. And, of course, the cut very significant. Briggs able to stagger him in the 3rd. Adamek not looking as good right now as he did in the first round. And Briggs on an inside shot. Paul needs to come with an uppercut in the inside, and he can crack this kid. And when he realizes it, he'll nail him. And what he's got to do is feint more. Jack Mosley teaching him to feint. He covers himself up pretty good that time. Adamek drills the body. There's the looping right hand by Briggs. Adamek in front of him. Scores with a light shot taken on the back of the gloves by Briggs. Briggs is waiting too much now. There he goes with his jab. This is developing into a better round this time for Adamek. And Briggs can't let him have this round. There's Paul with a looping right hand. He's got to nail him with something heavy to make it definitive on the judges' scorecards. Because when you cut and your face is a mess and it's a close round, they'll give it to the other guy. And don't forget, the crowd is heavily in favor of Adamek. Adamek chops him with the right hand. They've done a nice job again on that cut. They're cheering for Adamek all the way. Briggs tries to nail him. The problem is that tremendous reach and height that Adamek has. This is a tough road to hold for Paul. Adamek making it tough for him. Nice jab. Good counter right hand by Paul. Nice feinting by Adamek as he comes forward. A little puffy around his eyes now. He's never faced anybody like Briggs either. But he's holding up well. He was stagnant in the last round and recovered okay. Briggs having trouble planting his jab. So he's got to throw more right hands. He's got to throw some uppercuts. And he's not doing it. Paul is very tough, a Muay Thai fighter. They're just tough guys. There's the uppercut by Adamek. Adamek touches him up with a jab. Paul a little frustrated right now as he goes with his right hand lead. Adamek bends forward and avoids it, takes it on the gloves. Paul in that kill zone without throwing. There's the right hand. Right back comes Adamek. So the power of Briggs has really not shifted Adamek except for that one time in the third round. Only 30 seconds to go in this round, and Adamek has actually outboxed Paul Briggs in the fourth round. The cut in the second round, nice foot movement by Adamek.
Whoa, get him up. Whoa, you're a little too low.
Adamek's eyes are very
up,
puffy.
That's too low, that's one. Get him up.
He has never faced anybody that is jabbing quite like Paul Briggs either. But there's no cut there. But the thing is that Adamek has outboxed Briggs in the fourth round and leads it 3 rounds to 1. And that's significant, considering the cut to the eye of Briggs.
Long right hands to the body. Go to straight long right hands to the body. You know, you gotta surprise him, and you gotta stay close and throw combination. Now, Andy, these rounds are very close. I don't know which way these rounds are going.
Jack Mosley, the father of Shane Mosley, talking to his new protege.
Opportunity of a lifetime. Take it. Don't miss no punches, man. Don't wait. When you get underneath, you drop underneath, hit his ass. Do not wait, because you give it away if you wait. Okay? Don't do.
Paul wanted me to say hello to Cali Meehan, Costa Zoo. Look at this. This is a pretty good middle of the round for Adamek. Rocky Katsidas, Shannon Taylor, Vic Darchanian, the new champ.
You can't let us
Angelo Hyder, Russell Cates, Gunno from Pain Away, all those guys. Paul knows that you're all watching and wants you to be with him along with his own promoter. Tony Caradona in the crowd at Penrith. Paul is so proud to be fighting for the world title here, but it's not going his way after 4. It's a tough fight for him. He's got to land more right hands, and he can't seem to get to this guy. This is round 5. The Colonel, Bob Sheridan, here in Chicago. This is the WBC Light Heavyweight Championship of the world. And things are going Adamek's way right now. Briggs was cut in the second. Adamek was staggered in the third. But the third round is the only round that Paul Briggs has won. There's puffiness around the eyes of Adamek in the red. Briggs from Australia, Adamek from Poland. But a big, big Polish community here. And now the warning comes from Tim Adams, and he'll take a point away if he continues to pull ahead of Briggs. He's already...
Coming up on August 13th, more exciting boxing action. Global Glory. Battle for Pride and Country featuring Ricardo El Matador Mayorga versus Michelle Piccirillo from Italy for the WBC Super Welterweight Championship. Save the date, August 13th. For tickets, call 312-559-1212.
As he tried that sneaky left-hand uppercut, I'd like to see him come with a right-hand uppercut. As the stiff jab. It's a fairly even round through the midway point. Adamek not very successful with a hook to the body, but he's been very successful with his jab and his reach. And that's the difference. I like that feint to his left and then back to his right. That's good movement, getting the angles. Now blood is trickling from the nose of Adamek. By far his toughest fight. He won his last fight over Ismail Abdul in Warsaw, Poland, and a guy by the name of Jervolov in Finland before that, and then guys by the name of Beard, Dalton, and Pelahio, and Barrios and Terestin, none of whom I have ever seen, but I've seen films of them fighting. And against those guys, he didn't look that good. Paul just got clipped with a good right hand and another good right hand. But his conditioning shows as he comes back with a good right hand of his own. Adamek really nailed him with that right hand right on top of that cut. And that cut is a serious factor now. But they've done a good job to this point. Paul is not showing the sense of urgency that he showed in that third round, though. He's taking his time with this guy. Has his head down again, and the heads come together. Adamek has a real look of confidence on his face right now. As the blood trickles from his nose, then he spins. Skid's tough. Polish kid is a tough fighter. He's a lot better than what I thought I saw in the films. And with his huge size advantage over Paul, Paul just looks like a little schoolboy against him. One thing you can never measure, that's the size of a heart. And I know Briggs has got a big heart. There's the right hand. Got to land more of those. Right back with the right hand of his own. And right back comes Briggs. So they seesaw with the right hands. And the bell ends, but I'm afraid that's Adamek's round again. So the only round I've been able to give Paul Briggs is the third round.